What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over the Hex and Hedron chart. There's been some pretty exciting things going on in Hedron. The price performance has just been unbelievable. It's done almost a 5x in 3 days. So yeah, let's jump on into it and see what's going on. So if we come to the chart over here, if you've been following me at all, one of my past two live streams we were talking right down in here, and I put this green bar zone down here to where if it hit, I was going to start accumulating even heavier. But as it was dribbling down here into this region, we bought a pretty substantial amount, and glad that we did, because as you can see, the chart's been going absolutely parabolic. All these little lines here are just Fibonacci marks. I took the Fibonacci's, and this thing has just literally disrespected every Fibonacci level except the golden pocket right here. And you can see it blasted initially through the golden pocket, came back down, and had a good bit of sell-off, which is, after a move like this, it's definitely, very expectable. But you can see now we're starting to try to hit it and test it, and we're, finding a little bit of resistance at this golden pocket level. And in my opinion, what we're going to see is probably another decent rejection, because if we go down here and look, we got the RSI that's just super extended to the upside, the stock RSI that's just, topped out, staying up here to the top, not really corrected at all. Just because these indicators are pointing that a correction, is kind of needed, doesn't mean that it is coming. Anything that starts moving parabolic like this, any kind of TA is kind of out the window. You can kind of just make it a guessing game and try to figure out where it possibly could go. But as you see, like I said, the golden pocket is playing a pretty decent role in stopping it from going any further right here. And I think what we could see is kind of it just play around up here around this golden pocket area, maybe come back down here to these prior highs when it first came out, which is definitely a possibility. And you can see this big wick here and all that buying pressure, guys. I mean, it's unreal. And I think one of the big things that took a big part in this project is, once everybody's seen that the OA had claimed their free tokens, it really gave this project the green light for people to jump in on it. And, I'm really excited to see how the tokenomics do play out in the future with this project, because if the price action can do this while everybody's still able to free claim, I'm going to be very excited to see what it can do when supply starts to get burned on the regular with like liquidation auctions and stuff like that. So it's very healthy and very exciting to see the chart in the formation that it is doing. But if we do start to see a substantial correction in Hedron, I drew a upward trend line right here, and that could play some very well good support on the way down. But like I said, these Fibonacci levels, it disrespected them on the way up, but on the way down it could play a pretty good role in some good support. So some key levels that I'm looking at to start DCAing in, and I have some limit orders at, is down here at the 17,800 level. I have some limit orders, and also down here at 14,500 I've set some limit orders. That's not to say it's going down there, but if it does, if we do get another wick like this, I do want to be on the receiving end of that to try to scoop some more up and add to my position. Also, when it came up here this morning, when I woke up this morning, I had seen it up here. I took a little bit of profits out at about 31,000. I took my initial investment out because it had went up 5x almost. So I definitely took my initial investment out. So I'm playing with house money, and it's just super exciting to see a new project like this launch. It's kind of giving us an idea of possibly what we could see when Pulse Chain and Pulse X launches. But I expect that price action to be a lot more volatile because there's a lot more people interested in it, and there's going to be a lot more players playing around with those two projects. But next, if we can cruise on over here to the Hex chart, and as you can see, I'm going to switch over to the daily. As you can see, we're still in this falling wedge, which is a beautiful pattern. It breaks to the upside 60 to 70% of the time, and you can see we're just bleeding out. We're still bleeding out. The whole crypto market in general has had a huge pump over the last 24 hours due to some government news and such. But in my opinion, I really think we're going to see Hex, if we do go any lower, maybe back down to 10 cents, we're gonna come up and test this top trend line at some point. And if we do break out of it, our measured move is going to be up here to about 23 cents if we can break out of this falling wedge pattern. But guys, all in all, everything's starting to look good. The structures are playing out. We got some decent news from Richard last night about the Pulse Chain launch, Pulse X, and Pulse X is basically done. The AMM bots basically halfway done. They still got some tweaking to do on it, and that we could see Pulse Chain Testnet 2.5 come out sometime this week, and that's going to have the Pulse X system state on it to where you can play around with Pulse X, I believe. And it's also going to have all the sacrifice totals. I think he said it's going to be a rough estimate of the sacrifice totals. Some of them might not all be there at that time, but it's getting exciting, guys. And he also said that the testnet snapshot will be very recent, so all our coins that we're holding right now will most likely be on there. So it's going to be exciting when that comes out, and we're going to be able to kind of play around and test our game theory out on the testnet. And he also mentioned that he's going to be coming out with a wallet. So guys, it's getting super exciting. You know, even though that we're in this huge dip, it's definitely a buying opportunity, because when Pulse Chain launches, this price can only go down for so long, and when Pulse Chain launches, Hex is going to absolutely blast off, in my opinion, and you do not want to miss out on that, because Hex is a volatile crypto, and when this thing takes off, it takes off quick, fast, and in a hurry. And if you're not on the bus when it does take off, you're going to be left behind, and I don't want to see that. That's why I'm on here every day trying to tell you guys, you know, my opinion on what the price can do, my opinion on good places to get in at. But guys, we're on a 70+% correction from all-time highs. This is a good time. You know, if there was ever a time to get into Hex, you know, in my opinion, this is an awesome buying opportunity. Guys, that's all I got for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You stick around. I'm going to start doing live streams on the weekends and try to do more for this community and more for you guys. I appreciate y'all coming by, and I'll see you guys in the next video.